racing underway at the Charlotte Roval. Three wide as they come out of turn one.
Daniel Hemric did a great job of staying next to Cindric. He's going to take the lead right here, possibly.
These guys don't know where their passing zones are on this racetrack, so this is pretty important for him to fight for this position to try to take that lead.
So Hemric's got the preferred lane now, but now it's going to quickly switch. Now Cindric has the preferred lane on the inside, heading on to the oval, what would be the turn one of the oval.
Surprisingly, they went through the infield part of this course side by side until they got out onto the oval.
It's the first time they've really been through here with traffic. It changes your visibility. It changes what you can see. You see a guy there, he blows that chicane. He's going to have to serve a penalty and stop.
And that penalty will be served on the front stretch, just on the outside of the chicane right here in the front stretch.
Good job by Christopher Bell right there. He saw a car on the inside of him, and he just gave plenty of room.
Fairly cordial first lap.
Yeah. Alex LeMay's had some trouble with his car. Lost power, broke the transmission.
That's really disappointing for that team. He's qualified 5th.
He thinks it's a drive shaft, guys. He thinks he broke the drive shaft, the 36 car.
And now a full course caution has come out.
There he is. So this happened coming out of the first, or the chicane on the front straightaway, and I'm wondering if he broke, maybe didn't break the drive shaft, but broke the axle, or if he did break the drive shaft, broke the yoke, but jumped the curb too hard, Steve, Jeff. Right in this chicane here, using those curbs very aggressively, you can do that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about those curbs. The drivers, there's an advantage to getting close to them, perhaps even using them a little bit, but too much will without a doubt damage your race car. And Jeff Burton called it out right here. The 0-1 has nowhere to go. He goes straight, misses the backstretch chicane, has to stop on the front stretch, service penalty.
And once again, back up through the gears and back underway. Tyler Reddick fighting hard now in the 9. Two white cars are Austin Cindric in the 22 and Tyler Reddick in the 9 up front. Then Daniel Hemric has fallen back to 3rd.
So far, we're seeing a lot of give and take on these restarts.
See Ty Majeski around.
And they will they'll display a blue flag letting the drivers know as they're coming up on that there's something that they need to be aware of and potentially avoid, but no caution on the track.
Just gets away from him, trying to put the throttle down and around the car win, and that's what we're hearing so much of these drivers are talking about, is if you push it all and you overstep your bounds, before you know it, the car's around.
A little bit of a scare for Justin Allgaier. He didn't like to see that, Jeff.
Austin Cindric has only one career stage win. It was at Mid-Ohio this year. He's proven that he is a very good road racer. His father, Tim Cindric, is the president at Team Penske, has been there and worked with that organization for many years.
Oh, there
and
you go.
Can he hang on to it? No, he's going to go around. Just as we're touting his abilities, he spins it. Daniel Hemric now out front.
So he spun through the grass. He's on what part of the original road course. Be careful pulling back in.
All clear right there.
So the 22, we realize now the 22 was pushing hard there, and he wasn't trying to save tires. He was giving it all he had. Hemric put a little pressure on him.
And those are the things that Austin Cindric has just got to clean up with his driving in these Xfinity cars. You can see the car just came around on him. you're leading the race. It's okay to run second. It's still a long way to go in this race. You cannot make these mistakes at this time in the race, Marty.
And Austin just said a moment ago on the radio, we've got to work on the fall off. I had no rear tires at the end of that run, and here you see him on board losing rear grip right there.
Now, what's difficult, Steve, is how do you fix that? I mean, how do you make long run speed with a setup that you have already got? You needed to work on that yesterday. It's hard to fix that today.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a few things that could change, perhaps rear air pressure, things like that. The other thing is he started on the pole, so he was abusing those rear tires right from the start of the race.
But now Daniel Hemric on his final lap, as he has taken over the lead once Cindric spun around.
A good thing for Cindric, though, he's still in fourth.
Yeah.
You know, he spun. They had such a lead on everybody. He spun, went to the grass, came back, and he's still running fourth. So not a huge penalty.
I agree. But we thought, Cindric was the class of the field. What does that say about Hemric now? Having that kind of speed late in the run.
You can see right there the 22 just does not have the speed leaving that tight corner. Justin Marks getting underneath him. Just give this spot up. Don't contest it. There's no need to contest this spot. They're not listening to me.
They should be. And Hemric making the final right and then left through 17, and he will win stage 1. Daniel Hemric and Christopher Bell making up row number 1 as they enter the restart zone.
See right there, Daniel Hemric just couldn't lay the throttle down. Those old tires just didn't let him do it. Chase Briscoe for the lead.
He said it wouldn't turn. He went into the corner, just absolutely would not turn, Jeff.
Yeah, he's going to have to be patient here a little bit. These tires have some buildup on them, and he's racing people with a little better tire without buildup. It will probably come back a little bit, but this first little bit could be really difficult.
Working the infield road course, and they'll make their way
we got
now.
Spin back there at the top of the screen.
Sure enough, right out of turn number 6.
The JD Motorsports cars. 15, Catherine Legg.
Catherine Legg able to straighten it back out, back into the grass, and going the right direction now. No caution. Oh, big hit there.
Wow.
She was coming back onto the track.
A lot of damage getting back on the racetrack.
She got a little help from that white car on the inside there.
And everybody coming to pit road right now, Steve, can make it based upon fuel.
Yeah, this will be their last pit stops for the entire race unless they have an accident or flat spots of tires. Basically, they've given up stage points. They said, you know what, I'm going to position myself to try to win this race. It's just stage points versus track position. You pit now, you're going to have good track position. You stay on the racetrack, you're not. Christopher Bell, the leader of the race currently, he loves the, oh, we have a car backwards right here. It's Justin Allgaier off pit road, has spun in the middle of 3 and 4 and been contacted by the 39. That's big. This 7 did not have a great week last week. They needed to come in here and get some points. That 39 is going to have a hard time making it back around with the hood in the way. I was going to say the Christopher Bell, he's going to stay on the racetrack and try to get that playoff point. That's why it's so valuable for him.
There's the 7 of Justin Allgaier going around. May have had a little help from Cindric.
That's what he claims, Rick, and he is not happy about it.
Oh, hit him right in that rear end, right in the wheel. You see the rear axle moving around. Right along with Austin Cindric.
2 cars left.
Yeah, he basically gets spun out. I know he came off from pit road
Say hi.
and
There you
blends
go.
in front of the 22, and the 22 just hits him in the left or right rear quarter panel.
You have to worry about what kind of damage that did to the 7 car. It didn't hit in the left rear tire like that. It bend the track bar mount, track bar itself. Got some quarter panel damage. I believe that he's got a bent track bar or something. As that car would look like the rear end moving around a little bit.
Yeah, you can
And
see
3 and 4.
when it made contact, you can see the rear end move in the car.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to believe it has no damage.
Ryan Sieg obviously trying to get around the track and back to the attention of his crew. Marty.
Meanwhile, out front, Christopher Bell, and he is going to stay out on the racetrack. Jason Ratcliffe, his crew chief, told him a moment ago, the only way we're staying out and not pitting early is if we can get the stage win. Remember, they've already advanced to the next round. This playoff point, if he can hang on and keep Cole Custer behind him, will be very valuable, Kelly.
Well, there was a debate on that 00 team of Cole Custer as to whether or not they should come in. At first, his crew chief had called him in, but Cole said, are you sure? Are you sure we want to give up some of these stage points? And after they thought about it for a quick moment, they decided, nope, stay out. So even if he doesn't get the playoff bonus point for the win, he'll still collect 9 additional points. Cole Custer came into this race as a tie for the last spot to advance into the next round of 8.
Well, Cole Custer's running down from a long way back. He has 4-lap fresher tires. White flag lap. Let's see if he can get him.
We saw Austin Cindric pushing it a little bit too hard. He spun around. Can Christopher Bell be able to make it all the way around and hold off Cole Custer? He's got a pretty good gap right now between first and second.
I get the feeling that Christopher Bell didn't understand that Cole Custer was that close. Once Cole got to him, he just drove back away from him.
And now for the stage win, Christopher Bell, the only driver in the field that is safely on to round 2 of the playoffs because of his win last week. And out of 17, he'll win stage 2. 2x2 once again. Chase Briscoe in the 98 on the inside and Hemric on the outside. Back up through the gears they go. Green flag back in the air.
A lot of guys up front that have never won an Xfinity race. Now with only 22 laps to go, it's going to get aggressive. There it starts.
There it is. Turn 1. They pile up. We saw Ryan Truex get into the wall, and then the 5 got pushed back out. And that's Michael Annette. That was sideways in the number 5, and everybody piling into him. The caution comes out.
So one thing I've seen on the restarts all day long is that outside line has been getting locked up on the exit of turn 1. I mean, and that's something we're going to have to watch for tomorrow. But look at 11. Overdrives entry. Slows down, trying to miss the wall. Gets into all these guys coming in there hot. Stage 3, man. It's going to be like this, I think, the rest of the race.
It tightens down into a funnel when you come out of turn number 1 and up to 2. 1 to go from the Charlotte Roval. Listen into the 98 radio.
80%, bud. No mistakes. You're making them make them. Keep digging.
80%, no mistakes. Justin Marks right now running 100%. Chasing.
Smooth and smart.
You heard the spotter say smooth and smart. Well, that's proven to be very difficult at this racetrack. So with only a half a lap left, it's just a matter of not making a mistake. Don't overdrive. He's
like
still
that.
pushing. Back her down a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a good enough lead.
Back, 25
Drove
back.
a great race, drove a smart race.
This area right here, the inner loop, well, the chicane, just slow it down. Run through real easy. Don't try to do anything special.
At the age of 13, Chase Briscoe broke Jeff Gordon's record as the youngest driver to win in a 410 sprint car. He's a 2016 ARCA champion. And now, as he makes his way through 16 and 17, he gets his first Xfinity Series win. Chase Briscoe wins in Charlotte.
Chase Briscoe climbs out of the car. The first winner on the Roval. Congratulations.
This is unbelievable. You know, I was 4 seconds off in practice, and my guys just kept continuing to stick behind me and keep working with me. And God is so good, man, to just get an opportunity to drive race cars and to do it for my hero, Tony Stewart, to get a win when I feel like my career's been really bad this year, and I had to get my stock back up, and just can't believe it. Just thank you so much to Biaggi and Bessie and everybody at Ford for believing in me, and just thank you to all of you fans for coming out. It's an awesome turnout. I hope you guys enjoy that race. It's going to be a good one tomorrow.
Chase, to pick up your first career Xfinity race, we know the fan favorite race you won earlier, the truck race at Eldora. To be here to get this first one here in Charlotte, what does that mean to you?
It's huge to me just because, you know, nobody had laps here. Everybody had to adapt and figure it out. And I don't know if I was necessarily the best at it, but I felt like I just tried to, not hit anything, and we didn't really even have a scratch on this thing, and a lot of guys were tearing up race cars. So can't wait to get back in this thing at Kansas, be at Dover next week for the Roush guys, and see what we can do.